Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. I've got one good looking senior official here with me tonight. I'll go ahead, give him the mic, and let him introduce himself.
What's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, pound sign for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. Any food hunts this past week?
Yeah, we stopped at the Wawa out in Philadelphia. Got a good sandwich. Good
yes,
sandwich.
yes.
We were looking for some is it a sizzler or something? Something with a pancake as the bread.
Okay.
Didn't find them, but went with the sandwich instead. Turkey, yeah, like a turkey club, damn good on a roll, phenomenal.
Yes.
And then hit up the Brooklyn Deli, where I could not wait to try that sandwich again. This time, it was on wheat bread, and it was turkey, bacon, lettuce, cheese, tomato, and warm, hot, as good as a sandwich gets. Phenomenal.
Very funny. You hit up Wawa. We were able to hit up a Sheets. Another East Coast gas station. Got me a sandwich as well. Turkey and cheese and a side of fries. Sheets always has had quality fries. I'll give them that. Very good fries. Yeah, that was probably about like the only thing we had of note. Because it was a wild drive this weekend, but we'll get into that later. But what else is wild and is good to come home to? Banger of the week from Perch.
Oh, this week's banger of the week. Speaking of the East Coast, we were driving out on the roads. Good car ride, good crew from Philly to Brooklyn, listening to some classic rock. Man, it hit the spot. A lot of times it's some rap bumping from someone or another. This time around, classic rock. One song that hit the spot was "Learning to Fly," Tom Petty. Man, what a good tune! And you're cruising across that New York area. I think about you every time heading to New York, Doc, because you're one of the only pals I have that are from New York. So love it. Always think about you when going out there too. And in good tunes, hitting it. Yeah, it made the ride so much better.
All right. Not the biggest Tom Petty fan, but I'll give you that. He had a good halftime performance.
Oh yeah, good one for sure.
Yep.
Petty always been a staple of Summerfest. He would play just about every year, and never saw him, but a lot of family and friends have seen Petty throughout the lifetime, and he had a big CD back in the '90s. Rick Rubin producing him and Johnny Cash, and they revitalized Johnny Cash back in the early '90s and did the
That's such a Rick Rubin thing to do.
whole album out there, and it brought Johnny to a second coming of fame. It was incredible, and Tom Petty was just playing backups on it, like an uncredited, just singing backups, doing doing the guitar. They're phenomenal. So I'll always have much love for that era of music as well.
Fair enough. All right. Why don't we talk about anything we've watched this week? This is probably going to be hard for me to remember because I have watched more just random matches than like full shows over the past week and just random things. What about you, Perch? What have you been watching?
Oh man, the Moxley last night against Big Bill was very cool to see. To see Moxley have to fight up to a guy to Big Bill size, and with Ricky on the outside as a good little heater, really enjoyed. And at one point, Danielson comes running down and beats up Ricky Starks. It's like, yeah, finally get behind Danielson. He's played a bad guy for too long. That was like the knight in shining armor coming down to preserve the match.
That's the thing. It's anytime AEW needs a save, here comes the BCC. They are the true
Yeah,
face is.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's just whatever, chess move you want to make at any time, and it gets a yeah or a boo, and they can
Yeah,
play that
where's
part
Blackpool
either
at?
way. I love it. That was good, and Mox busted open. Good face blood. He put Big Bill up on that turnbuckle, and bit him, and then scratched the heck out of his back. It was so good, and hit him with a devastating superplex.
I heard he had
Um,
been tape studying El Cazador de Pumas.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Got to utilize those. Make sure everyone can see it. And Moxley takes it to the next level. Really enjoyed. And then a setup towards the end made me want to see Claudio against Big Bill. Um, so I think that's going to be some good action. Samoa Joe against Roderick Strong was a heck of a match. Roderick playing a bit of a character, and
This is the
Samoa
most
Joe just
interested I have ever been in Roderick Strong as a character and not just fancy backbreaker.
yeah, I really enjoy. It's cool to see, and especially the way he falls down. He sees
Yeah,
Adam Cole's his commitment to the bit when he's in the
yeah, he is. I mean, another thing, like when he was in Diamond Mine before he left, he was fully committed to that, but that wasn't as fun as this is.
yeah, this is able to color outside the lines a little bit more. I really enjoy. Yeah, very fun match, and seeing Bennett and Taven out there on the outside too, main event style. Yeah, good match, good episode, loved it.
Nice, nice. I only was able to like poke my eyes in for a little bit. I watched some of the Samoa Joe Roderick Strong. I remember some of Moxley and Bill. But mostly this week, I know I started the Mick Foley on biography special documentary. Very good. Very good. As wild as you would imagine it be, it is really weird to see a child Mick Foley and then a teen Mick Foley because when he's real young, he looks like a very handsome man. And then as soon as he hits his teenage years, nope, that is the Mick Foley we know today. He has looked that way since he was like 13. It is amazing to see. Yep, his dedication to being different was so far has been good to see. I haven't finished it yet, but it is very good so far. Another thing I want to put over, I don't know that I've ever seen it. I must not have seen it, but I have finally watched the Dragon Gate Ring of Honor 6-man tag match. Wow. The 6-man tag match. The one. I finally watched it. Wow. Those boys went off that night. Um they say like that match has influenced a lot of indie wrestling since then, and I totally see it. Um it's amazing how much stuff is not taken from that match so far. Until me and Zach do it from now on, but wow, just amazing. Those guys tore the house down. Amazing falsies, worked the crowd, told a story. It was just damn near perfect. Really enjoyed it. Probably go the meaning to watch it again. Probably gonna watch it tomorrow. But yeah, very good. I really enjoyed it. I know I have watched some other matches. It's just been a lot of random things. Um, Probably tape study for guys that we got coming up, and tape study for guys that we wrestled this past weekend. But we'll get into that later. Or we'll get into that now. Perch, how was your weekend?
And Dragon Kid was at that homecoming show for GCW. In,
Yeah,
in, incredible. You mentioned
Dragon
that
Gate with the
6 man,
finish. Dragon Gate with the
the
finish.
uh the handful of guys from there getting to see along the road. Um, it's cool when you get to experience and shake their hand and just the influence that the people have
Oh
um,
no, definitely. So
on
I
generation.
know I've talked about it before, but like what gave me the confidence, or not what gave me the confidence, what got me into indie wrestling was seeing that top 90 moves of Ricochet video and falling into a black hole from there. There was a top 25, I believe, of Dragon Kid very soon after that, because he took a couple of the things from Ricochet in that first video. So Dragon Kid was in like probably one of those like first 10 indie highlight videos that I watched.
Yeah, incredible. And the influence still being hit, and they're still able to perform just as well. Love the history of pro wrestling and even modern history, 2006, that era, not quite 20 years ago, but definitely long before I or you or I both stepped in the business. So to have people making roads and traveling down them for us to travel many years later is incredible. And those are the people who we honor and respect and really draw a lot of inspiration from to allow us to know that we can do it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it, love it. It's a fun business to be a part of, and when you get to meet those people and experience it, and yeah, it hits on another level. It's like taking a notebook to always try and study and,
Yeah.
and take what you can from anyone, um, especially the veterans. But yeah, very fun weekend this weekend. We had ourselves Mondo Lucha Day in Milwaukee. It's like a national holiday. Maybe
Yep.
not a national holiday, but it certainly is a state holiday. I remember they brought that plaque in and everything. So it's a Milwaukee holiday for
Yep.
sure. It was so much fun. Everybody was there from uh, veterans that we've grown up in the business with to people we've traveled the country with, the world with, and students who we still train with to this day, and all in between. And Matt Cross.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law's been to 2 shows in my entire 5 years, and she's seen Matt Cross at both of them. And it's like, that guy's really.
And like, what are the chances? I just think this is just some random Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, my brother was exactly. It's the best. My brother was saying, "Oh yeah, this is like that guy was there with the beard and everything, like the one who was like really good, better than everyone else." Like, oh yeah, then Matt Cross, he's a
Yes,
legend.
yes, he is. Like, yes, he's better than everyone. Yes, yes, he is.
It was
You are
great.
correct.
Uh, just a straight legend. Love him. Always have a good encounter too. He's someone who always, have something in your back pocket to ask a legend and see
Yep.
if you
No,
can
yeah,
learn something.
it felt good because those things where like you get on these shows with legends and guys you watch on TV and you're like, man, I hope this guy remembers me. And there was some time when I wasn't sure, but this time I was definitely sure he remembered who I was, and it felt good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So
Good
this
people
was
all around.
confirmation of that. I'm like, okay, yeah. Okay, he knows who I am. All right, cool. Well, you like, hey, you
Yeah.
see, you meet 20 new people in a weekend. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, if you don't remember me, I totally get it. But no. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And a true good dude, and always puts on and gives that Milwaukee crowd a phenomenal show every time. My sister-in-law's favorite.
Good. She has good taste.
uh, so much fun. Got to bring out the old leaf blower. Never used one of those in my life, and brought the goggles and the gloves and rocked the leaf blower. I cleared out the ring a couple times. It was pretty funny. Well, Jay's just belittling on the microphone. No, he's not belittling, but just cracking jokes the whole time. It's so much fun. I love that kind of an environment to walk out to a Milwaukee crowd, a packed Turner Hall ballroom, and just BSing out there and having fun and just enjoying the crowd atmosphere. I loved every second of it. Um, Harkening back to the first day of being a bad guy there, just leaning into listening to that crowd and taking it all in. Then I got to work a match with Gringo Loco against Aramis against Ray Horace, a triple threat lucha match, which was out of this world. Those guys tore the house down. Um, at one point, uh, all three of them made a dive to the outside, uh, and that crowd was going wild. I listened for him. Then I decided to fire up, climb to the top rope, and give a dive myself. Give a nice little point up to the balcony. So family and friends up on the balcony,
Yes, sir.
and took that moment, took a deep breath, and made a leap for my life uh, into the loving arms of three luchadors who I've learned so much from over the past years. You'll hear about it all on the Take It Home podcast.
Yep.
Look through the archives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, to have those three guys in that opportunity, three luchadors with the base god right there in the middle. There's no mistaking why he's in the midst of a rivalry with
Yeah, you
El
know who
Hijo
you're aiming
King.
for.
This guy's out there doing it with the best in the world because he is the best in the world. And these three are the best in the world at what they do. Um, so very cool to be able to have a moment to dive into them and fire up and roll back into the ring and hit a little back to the feet maneuver and started the big count out. Uh, and, and being the one guy in the area from Milwaukee, the Milwaukee crowd was behind me and counting with
Yeah.
me. It was very fun. You could hear a pin drop on the in betweens. Meanwhile, I'm catching my breath.
Yep.
We're still feeling that one for the love of the business, baby. We love what we do, and we give it all for the fans. And Mondo Lucha was so cool. Gringo Loco ends up hitting the base bomb for the finish. Uh, Everybody was standing on their feet. Big adulations for those guys. Incredible match. Gotta love Mondo Lucha Day. Another match that I watched was Doc Simmons and his team Turbo turning bad, and that was pretty nasty, pretty evil. Didn't sit right, and we'll see where it goes from here.
I don't know. My other Neo Team Turbo teammate, how do you feel about Perch's opinion on that?
I'm indifferent because I'm Team Outlaw. So
Hey, Zach, welcome. Why don't you introduce yourself?
yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. I don't know if Doc put over the Country Air stuff, but if not, Country Air official and Country Air brand for the social medias. Sounds like we're talking about what happened over the weekend.
Yes, sir. We just got done with Perch's Mondo Lucha. We'll let him finish up his weekend and we'll get back to you.
All right.
Then we went from Milwaukee, hometown, out to the East Coast and made it to Brooklyn, New York for Game Changer Wrestling at the Roulette Room. GCW all crushed up. Was a good one. Very fun show. Very fun venue. Got to work the door, greeting all the fans at the door, welcoming people in. I love that so much. Getting to know the fans and thank them for being there and seeing how beautiful the venue was as we set up. If you ever wonder who puts those little names and post-its on, straight up ref crew. There's love and care in every post-it, in every chair, and every seat. And then we get to welcome the fans in to those seats. It's a fulfilling feeling. I enjoy it, and it allows the fans to enjoy it too. I love that part of the show, and getting to meet people from different regions of the world. It's always fun, especially that Brooklyn crowd. Holy smokes! That's its own area. Um, Fun people all around. Uh, then ended up working. First match I had was Killer Kelly against Maki Ito. Very fun. Talk about a clash of styles, but a mixture of similarities as well. They started out uh, really highlighting who one another is and slowly building up to um, the styles that each wrestler is and what brings them apart. And Maki Ito was delivering everything that night on another level right now. Maki Ito. Um, yeah, the headbutt. She ended up hitting a couple DDTs in there. A top rope DDT to Killer Kelly. Holy smokes! Uh, and Killer's the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champion with Masha right now too. So she's killing it in her own right. Phenomenal wrestlers in this match. Maki Ito ends up getting a uh, big victory, double DDT. Next match I had was Joey Janela against Alex Coughlin. Uh, Very fun match. Uh, those guys went at it, hard hitting, uh, chop after chop, and strikes, maneuvers. Joey took two devastating clotheslines in this match, maybe even a third, but two devastating clotheslines. Comes right back, hits a package pile driver to perfection. That moment in the match really stood out. Uh, Professional wrestlers, what separates them? Uh, Learning the art of pro wrestling and being able to perform it on the highest level. And then doing all of that while you're 10 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes into a match, sweaty, bloody, beaten up, uh, and probably even a little disoriented, but to still deliver with as much precision and accuracy and power and finesse to any given move. That's what really separates pro wrestlers from ordinary people. And Joey Janela and Alex Coughlin were on fire that night. So much fun. Double stomp ends up hitting for the victory. Um, yeah, great match. And then the next match I had was a wild 6-person tag match. Uh, Champion Blake Christian with Steph DeLander and Matt Cardona against Masha Slamovich, Akira, and Jimmy Lloyd. Very fun. Wild styles the entire time. The Cardona corner had like 3, 4 title belts over there. He had some pre-workout stuff that he was touting and trying to sell or something. It was a lot of hardware. And
he is
well,
he is made for the indies.
yeah. It is too funny. Uh, and that match was incredible. Everyone really had something to show and showcase. Um, I didn't see any of the title belts getting used. I definitely saw some powder going into the other person's eyes, but it was a teammate. And well, sometimes that happens. Blake Christian ends up delivering a devastating stomp on Steph DeLander. That right there is worth seeking out. Must see the accumulation of that match. And the finish was fun. A choke out, good night, lights out, and had to call for the bell to save a life. We're out here traveling, saving lives in this business. and and having to call it when person goes out. Such a fun time. Great show all around and a fun weekend of pro wrestling.
Nice. All right, Zach. Welcome to the show. We already talked about food we had and what we watched. So you want to put any of those things over?
Uh, I had sheets for the first time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Got a burrito with like some guac in it, some steak, jalapenos, cheese. It was pretty fire. Uh, there's another. They had a bunch of stuff at Sheets. I was like, I get what Doc meant that Wawa sandwiches because like you can't be a Wawa sandwich, but Sheets just has so many good things that you shouldn't be eating, but you want to eat options. But other than that, wrestling wise, maybe I watched some stuff, but I don't really think I watched anything this last week unless we watched stuff on the road.
I don't think we did.
I think we watched the Caribbeans versus the Bang Bros.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what we watched. Okay, and I'm
Yeah, maybe
sure.
we watched that. I know I watched the movies. Like I watched the Mario Kart movie, some other stuff while we were driving. But yeah, that's pretty much the weekend and the things we watched.
All right.
Boom.
Well, as Perch brought up, we finally got the trio we've been asking for on Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, Doc and Jared Jacks are probably one of the greatest Mondo Lucha Tag Team Champions of all time. All time. No, granted that like I was never at Mondo because Jared got lucky, but greatest tag team champions of all time. And when you have a manager, look at Val Malone at ICW. She manages nothing but champions. And your manager costs you the bill. He can't figure out that Vanguard's gonna cheat. Come on. Come on. It's
Yep.
weak.
It's
Unintelligent. Why
supposed
are
to be
you
better
paying
than
them?
that, Joey.
Why are you paying this man? This man out here, you guys out here asking for services, helping out. He's supposed to make you champions. Jared said it. Yeah, cut out some weak link, and I was just looking for a job.
Yep.
Right man, right spot. I knew a guy in there on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, yep, cut the dead weight that is Joey Turbo, added the homie Zach Hendricks, and we are Neo Team Turbo now. Myself, Zach, and Jared. Had Zach out there as we took on they're not 4-star heroes, but Craig Mitchell and Chris Castro. Had us a nice little face off, and unfortunately, we were interrupted by Warhorse and Space Monkey making his return.
Yeah, I was about to tell Mac Nix my opinion about him trying to ref matches. I was asking for his referee's license.
Yeah, looking out for Perch for the week after.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally got the team together. Unfortunately, shenanigans happened. Um, Crowd was super into it though, but unfortunately, shenanigans led to um us not coming out with the W.
Bro, I got hit by a flying monkey.
Yep. Yeah, you got hit by a monkey. I got kicked by a monkey that wasn't legal. He attacked me from the outside.
Out here not respecting the tag rules.
Yeah, and I respect. He
I
definitely wasn't. He wasn't even holding the tag rope.
Everyone wants to talk about how we were bad guys and we're such shameful people. I mean, Matt Nix helped his team cheat. I
Yep.
just stood there. I
Yep.
let a fair tag match go on because I respect tag wrestling. And you got a legal man who didn't get the tag hitting my boy Doc Simmons. So I think
Multiple times.
we didn't lose.
No. No. But you know what? January 5th, Mondo at the Cooperage. We will make a statement.
Oh yeah. I talked to Armando and with his connections in Connecticut, he said there's a big
Yeah.
surprise for that match.
Nope. Yep. Yep. He called his homie Paul.
Yeah.
Um, but
But
after immediately after Mondo, we had to make the drive out
we had
to
to skip the
Wadsworth,
Vanguard.
Ohio.
We had to miss the Vanguard.
Yep, we unfortunately had to miss the Vanguard because responsibility. So yep,
Responsibilities hit the road. Yeah, drove out to Wadsworth, Ohio. Big debut with AIW Wrestling, Absolute Intense Wrestling. It was a long drive, but man, I thought we had a really good tag match. Really
yeah,
enjoyed it.
very fun tag match. It was Country Air versus Members Only. Members Only, I believe, is a homegrown team. Graduates from AIW Academy. This was a fundraiser put on by the city, I believe.
Yeah.
Then, so fair show vibes. You know us. AWA descendants are very comfortable in those situations.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was a nice big auditorium, a lot of fans, a lot of kids. They all were into wrestling. Match was super fun. I thought we went back and forth. We could have got them. Unfortunately,
Some would say
miscalculation
they
with
took the easy
everybody's.
way out. Not that we would know anything about that from the night before.
Yeah. Oh, those are night before guys who play on TV. That's not me. That's a guy who play on TV.
yeah. Saturday that was a real one.
But yeah, they did some dastardly things. I'm gonna give them credit though. They outsmarted everybody's and they got the
And that's
win. And
never
I
happened ever, 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 and it'll never happen ever, ever, ever again.
yeah, dear wrestlers, quit tape studying.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But this Sunday, I watched my team get their ass whipped. So
Oh,
I know you
oh,
felt it too, dog.
yeah. Talk about seeing your ass whooped. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. At least my team's match had some hope spots. Your team's was just a squash.
Yep. Like it was
It was
shine, heat,
Doc
finish.
Simmons versus the Axeman at Rise.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather watch that on repeat for 3 hours instead of that game.
Did you ever tune off? Like, was there a point where you're like, I'm done?
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say there has to be a point where you're just like, all right, they're not coming back no more. That's how I felt about the Bears at one point. I thought we had a small comeback, and then they like Jordan I forgot what happened, but it was definitely like the exclamation point. I was like, I'm gonna lay on the floor in a house full of Packer fans. I'm gonna lay by my dog.
Yeah.
Hey Mandy, how you doing?
It was bad
But yeah,
Sunday. Bad Sunday. But I won in fantasy. So you know what? That's what really matters.
yeah, I was gonna say like I'm rooting for whatever your team's name is. And then if
No,
Josh was in there, Josh would have been the second team I was hoping to win.
like no, Josh outsmarted everyone, decided not to play.
You came for the fun.
Yep. He's the real winner. But yeah, the Giants game was terrible. Whale tail 1-0. That's what's important. Beat Paul.
Yeah, smoke away.
Got the Eagles defense tonight. That last touchdown wasn't the best thing ever, but they've been very good for most of the night. Why don't we get to the topic for tonight though? So, Impact having their 1000th episode. We were lucky enough, I believe all of us were lucky enough to be on Brew City for the 500th show. So I thought it'd be interesting to ask, hey, in a dream scenario, 1000th Brew City Wrestling show, what are you doing on that show? Perch, why don't we start with you?
1000th Brew City Wrestling show. I would start it out by singing the national anthem. I would take it upon myself to say, we are not doing the music this time. I'm going to sing it. So I would stand in the ring with the black pants and the Brew City shirt, similar to singing Ring of Fire at that festival. I think it was Greene County Fair several years ago, and go out there and just give it. I think it was DeMarcus Ware who had done that recently in football.
I believe so.
Lost his buddy Demarius Thomas, and they would always say during the national anthem, "Oh man, one time I'm gonna go up there and sing it." And that's what I think to myself every time during that national. One time I'm gonna go out there and sing it. So all I need is a reason, and I think the 1000th Brew City show would be enough reason to go out there and sing it. So that's how I would start out the show, singing the national anthem, humbly, quietly, and going about it and belting it out. And then I would lace up the boots and maybe do a round of a character that was around a long time ago, and I would give a ride. At least I would give a ride to a wrestler to the arena, and I would drive El Cazador de Puma to the venue to make sure that he was ready and able to wrestle that day. So I would make sure that they were in on a pre-match very early, simple, basic, set the tone, uh, simple match, and then I would probably film the match for Puma just because same place at the same time, and uh, then I would lace up my boots and go out there and ref maybe a handful of matches. Um, yeah, it would be very fun. I would give my best out there in any and every match that I would be able to ref, and I would have an absolute blast doing so. Maybe some Maidens of Iron in there, some Dysfunction, Gunnar Wicks, Mav coming back, seeing Bax and the manservant gimmick, and maybe he could turn and switch to his modern day gimmick like all in one. It would be crazy. I would love.
Do a Faces of Foley gimmick.
Yeah, let's see Bax come out as all of them, and then Mav wearing the White Claw shirt, and I think we would have a costume royal in there too, maybe. Dory Funk Jr. coming out there.
Hey.
Yeah, yep, we would do a royal in there too. So as many roles as possible on that given night, solely to give the fans the best night possible. All the kids out there having a good time, all the families out there having a good time, all the old folks and young folks and all in between, just having an absolute blast as we're busting our butts out there. So that would be my celebration of the 1000th episode and how I would like to take it in and why.
All right. Let me get in before Zach does something sentimental. So 1000th episode, it's going to be hosted by Country Air. So that for one final night, we bring back this goat and the scale. Every match gets a weigh in. I think that would be the best way for me to celebrate 1000 shows for Brew City. Did not realize how popular that moment in time was, but I've been getting a lot of compliments about that time many moons ago lately. So I think if there was 1000 episode, it's hosted by Country Air, and we do a weigh-in for every match one last time. Zach, what did you have?
I'm gonna jump on top of that and piggyback off yours. So yeah, I agree. We're gonna host the show, but we're gonna straight up be hosting, and like we're gonna come out each every few segments, do like either at the entrance ramp or something. We'll start off the show. Doc will be wearing his nice suit with a pink jacket. I'll wear my blue jacket because we're gonna be all dressed up. It's 1000 episodes. We're gonna have some pins on our shirts. We're gonna look very, very nice.
Yes.
Next time we come out, we might come out with Doc might rock those yellow trunks. Might wear my old shorts, show the evolution. Like maybe the first pair of Country Air gear when we first ever tagged. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then we come back out later. Maybe we'll go to I'll wear my Whiskey Bent stuff. You'll wear your Gahote stuff. Show the time when we were upset that we weren't with each other. Fourth time we'll come out with the purple and camo. And then at the end of the night, everything's done, and the show. Everyone's like, "Man, this show kind of ended early." You're gonna have Kent Brockman hit the screen and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have now had a match be added to the show. We're gonna come out in our newest gear, probably fresh. Break night's gonna break our bank, but we gonna break it for the 1000th episode. And no other than Armando Alvarez will come out to introduce the tag team he found, and we will have a match against Caribbean Arrogance to end the show."
All right. Knew it'd be sentimental. Get everybody involved and everything involved.
And yeah, I think that'd be a good way. And after we win and the boys all come out, we're gonna turn fucking heel.
Always working.
Build the whole sentimental and then finally turn heel at Brew City.
taking forever. They're finally turned heel in Milwaukee because that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so that's how it'd be built.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it.
We don't
Um,
have to come out as many alphas as you want. I was just
it's like
just
no, I mean no, that it's a good one. Get if the point is to turn heel at the end, draw them in.
where would this hold on, quick counter question. Where would this be hosted? Do you think we still be at the Elks, or do you think for one time only, Frank would go somewhere big and get like an imaginary world? If you got
Oh
to like
no, it's
captain,
at the Elks. It's at the Elks.
Alex,
It's at the
yeah.
Elks. It's at the
maybe the outside Alex if it's a nice
Elks.
day outside.
Yeah,
Out
yeah. If it
show,
ends up in the
inside
summer,
night
maybe,
show,
maybe.
outside day show, inside night show,
Yeah.
student show
You
to
know,
start.
you know how it would be a fun way to start the show. I like the idea. Perch talked about the costume battle royal. But when we get to the final four, Frank come out and freeze the whole crowd, freeze, and then like debut maybe a new student just to let him get that big little pop and let him do something. Maybe a guy who at that point maybe he's training, he deserves it. There's a guy in that situation.
Okay. No, yeah, got to get a freeze in there. Got to get a freeze in there. Okay.
Maybe if you jumped in and added yourself to a match, like if like TAU was still dominating, we just want to add ourselves to the tag match right before they lock up. We start with the freeze and jump
Freeze.
on.
Yeah. Like, damn, that really works.
Damn, why haven't we been using that for years?
Yeah. You should have been using
Hey,
this from the
but
beginning.
I just wanted to jump on real quick and do the weekend and talk about the subject, but I'm actually at my cousin's house visiting, so I don't want to be like that guy.
All
But I
right.
wanted to
Nope.
jump on a little bit.
Okay. All right. Appreciate. Enjoy
All
your
right,
family time.
later, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
It's all right, because we are winding down and we'll talk about what we got coming up this weekend. I'll go first because I've put Perch on blast all night. This weekend, I actually have the weekend off. Going to spend some time at home and with my lovely woman over here who thinks I'm trying to sweet talk her. Gonna go to the Wonder Museum in Chicago. Interactive museum. Looking forward to it. Looks fun. Um, yeah, should be a good time. And just relax at home. Perch, what do you have?
This Sunday, All Star Lucha Libre at the Galley. Oh no, not the Galley. At the Berwyn Eagles Club.
Say, really?
At the Galley Arena at the 5 Star Swap Mart. No, this will be All Star Lucha Libre at the Berwyn Eagles Club. It should be a really fun time. Any opportunity to study Lucha Libre is always a blast. And looking forward to it. I think Atomico and his family, Golden Dragon up in the house. I'm really excited. Always good students of the area as well. It should be a good day of learning, taking it all in, and having a good time.
Nice, all right. And with that, gotta bring it back to you. Any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, final thoughts. Uh, Loving pro wrestling. There's so much good stuff going on these days. Uh, always. There's always been good pro wrestling, and there always will be good pro wrestling. Just search it, find it, or ask a friend, and they'll turn you on to some good stuff. Um, we're supporting the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. Pick up a shirt. The links are online at Perch XLV through Camera Guy Gimmick and Nostalgic Land. Should be an awesome fundraiser. All proceeds going to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. And the Ref Perch Fire shirt is back. So
Yep.
help a good cause and support it if you like the shirt. And be enjoying life.
Yes. I love the shirt so much. I wore it yesterday and forgot to take a picture with it to help promote the fundraiser.
Yeah, good call. Wear the shirt, take a pic, promote the
Yeah, I
fundraiser.
meant to do it. I wore the shirt, forgot to take a pic.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love it.
it's just
Thought is there.
quality shirt. Camera guy gimmick nostalgia land. Quality merchandise. If you've seen our Holly shorts, that's through them. So definitely check it out. Like I said, good cause. A couple things I did want to put over because I forgot them while we were talking about them, and I'm having a brain fart, and I think I've forgotten them again. Don't worry, I'll bring them up next week. All right. Be sure to follow us on all social media. um, like, share, and subscribe down below. Why don't you tell us what you'll be doing at Brew City's 1000th episode? Even if you're not from the Milwaukee area. Let us know. Oh, okay. No, I remembered one of them. All right, there was two things I had to put over, but I only remembered one. The Wrestlers on Netflix. Because talking about Wisconsin reminded me of that. If you're a Wisconsin wrestling fan, please especially check that show out. You're going to see a lot of your favorite Wisconsin wrestlers and people who come through all the time on that show. Probably am halfway through the first episode. Pretty good so far. Love to see the homies on. And if you're just an indie wrestling fan, hey, the behind the scenes stuff is the fun stuff. So go ahead, check that out. Support wrestling. It's always a good thing, and we like that because we can keep wrestling then if you support wrestling. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.